next topic we had on the docket here was whether or not the Ravens should be worried about their two really bad losses this year to the Bengals and the Dolphins last night. Um, I don't have much else to say about it. Like I said before, I think that they're going to figure this out. They've been beat the same way in both those games. They just couldn't handle the pressure. And the running game is a big part of that as well. Teams are able to bring zero blitzes because they don't have a running game, and they can't seem to figure out how to throw out of those blitzes. Like I said, though, I think that they'll figure that out. I think that it's one of those problems where it's not an amorphous thing, right? They can point to it and be like, well, if we stop the run here, or sorry, if we figure out how to get by these types of blitzes and these types of pressures, then they've shown that they can win games, and they obviously have the talent to do it. So, I mean, I think the Ravens will be just fine. I'm not worried about these two exposures, especially the Bengals one. I think the Bengals are a good team. We talked about that last time.
Sure. Yeah.
The Dolphins one is weird, but Thursday night games are weird. I hate Thursday night games. I think it's just a bad idea for the entire league. So I'm not worried about them. I think they're going to be one of the top teams. They are right now, but I think at the end of the year, they're going to remain as one of the top teams in the AFC. And I think they have a good chance at being the Super Bowl contender out of the AFC this year. If they can figure out this one hiccup that's got them twice now this season. So
yeah. What was weird about this game is a couple things. Is the Ravens didn't have a shockingly low number of total yards. They had 304 total yards, while the Dolphins had 350. And also the Ravens had the ball for 3 minutes longer in this game than the Dolphins had. So not very efficient by the Ravens. So that is a little bit concerning, but maybe this is just one of those hiccup games where you just like, oops, we accidentally lost to the Dolphins. Whoops. And the Dolphins are also a very weird team. As we were talking about earlier, the Dolphins are just all over the place. They can play good against better teams such as the Patriots or the Ravens, and they're just terrible at playing bad teams like the Jaguars. So the Dolphins, they're very unpredictable. You never quite know what you're going to get out of the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson didn't play terrible. He also didn't play great. Got 238 yards, one touchdown, one interception, and that one interception was pretty huge because it was returned for a touchdown. So the Dolphins also didn't score any touchdowns in this game. It was all field goals and that one interception. So overall, just a very strange game.
And the Dolphins, we were talking about this before. I'll just reiterate it here, though. I really hope that the Dolphins' lack of success this year does not fall on Brian Flores, the head coach out there. One of my favorite head coaches in the league. I think that they just have a lot of youth, and I'm not sure, like many others aren't sure that Tua is the guy. He may be, but he hasn't been healthy enough to show it. And when he has been healthy, he hasn't been consistent enough to have, that type of confidence in him. But beyond that, their receiving core is young. Jalen Waddle is going to be a great player in the league. I think he had 4 receptions last night for a little over 60 yards, something like that.
Yeah, he's done well.
Right. Young running game, young offensive line. So it's one of those teams that I think they need to give him a couple of years. Maybe a change at quarterback. Maybe this season, if they continue to lose games, they'll have a chance at a high pick, and they can address the quarterback situation that way. But in any case, I think that at the very least, this shouldn't fall on coaching. Brian Flores is like well documented as a player-friendly coach. Players love playing for him. He looks like he's always fired up, kind of like that Robert Saleh type energy he has to him.
Yeah. Or
Um,
Sean McVay. Did you remember seeing that Sean McVay clip where like a team misses a field goal and he's just like, "Yeah, let's go,
right. Yep.
boys."
I think I do remember what you're referring to there for sure.
That was so
Um,
funny. It was like, do we need to drug test Sean McVay or something?
I love it. I mean, in any case, I hope Brian Flores gets another few shots at this, another couple seasons to right that ship out there. Because like you said, they've shown that they can compete with good teams. It's just the inconsistencies there and last year they looked like they could be a contender. So much to the point that this season is kind of a shock that granted they do have some injury issues out there, or I should say down there. It's South Miami. But yeah, I hope Brian Flores gets another crack at it, and I hope that the Dolphins get good again. Honestly, they're one of those teams that that they've been bad for a long time, and it's high time that they have some success.
I hope they don't do well as a Patriots fan because they're in the AFC East, so we don't need more competition in the AFC East. We've already got the Bills right now, so I don't agree with you. I don't hope they do well. I'm praying on their downfall, to be exact.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I in the same way I'm praying on Justin Fields' downfall, even though he looked real good on Monday night.
Yeah.
So